Weeks after President Muhammadu Buhari presented the 2023 appropriation bill to the joint session of the National Assembly, the Minister of Finance, Mrs. Zainab Ahmed, gives a breakdown of the document to the public.
Presentation of the 2023 executive budget proposal. She
begins with the performance of the 2022 budget, explaining that the aggregate expenditure for 2022 is estimated at 17.32 trillion naira, with a pro-rata spending target of 11.55 trillion naira at the end of August 2022.
The actual spending as at the end of August is 9.56 trillion. This is about 83% of the prorated target. And of this spending, 3.52 trillion was for debt service, 2.89 trillion was for personnel costs and including pensions, while 1.78 billion was released for capital expenditure.
In the proposed 2023 budget of 20.15 trillion naira, petrol subsidy is expected to gulp over 3.36 trillion naira as the federal government struggles with a debt profile of 102 billion US dollars.
In the 2023 budget, we had assumed that PMS subsidy will remain up to the middle of 2023, based on the 18 months extension that was announced by government early 2022. In this regard, only 3.36 trillion has been provided for PMS subsidy for the year 2023. Overall, the budget deficit is 10.78 trillion for 2023, and this represents 4.78% of GDP. Again, this is higher than the 3% that is set by the Fiscal Responsibility Act. The budget deficit is to be financed mainly by domestic borrowing as well as foreign borrowing. Domestic borrowing at 7.04 trillion, while foreign borrowing is at 1.76 trillion. The total debt portfolio of our country today is at 102 billion US dollars. Of the total debt size, 35% is foreign, 65% is domestic.
Meanwhile, a look at the critical sector allocations in the proposed budget shows defense and security sector has the highest with 13%, followed by education with 10%, health takes 8%, infrastructure 5%, and social development and poverty reduction has 4%.
Okay.
This is the last budget under the administration of President Muhammadu Buhari, and according to the Minister of Finance, it will focus on critical macroeconomic and fiscal reforms to spur critical investment in healthcare services, climate change, and job creation for youths and women. But across this hall, there are palpable concerns on Nigeria's debt profile under the administration, even though the government has continued to allay fears that the country's public debt is still within sustainable range. Emperor Simon, Channels Television News.